I'm going to walk you through exactly how much you need and why. You've heard this rule, it's called the 4% rule, why that might just be your retirement planning cheat code. Financial experts have been using a simple rule to determine how much you will need in order to retire. It's the 4% rule. This 4% rule says that you can safely withdraw 4% of your investments every year without running out of money for at least 30 years. If you want to be able to spend $50,000 a year in retirement, you can easily figure out how much money you will need in your investment portfolio through a little math. 50,000 is 4% of what number? Divide 50,000 by 4%. In this case, you will need 1.25 million. Or if you believe you need 100,000 a year, all you got to do is just double that 1.25 to get to 2.5 million. The last thing you want to do is retire early only to run out of money before you run out of life. The important thing is to make progress from where you are now. And remember, none of this is taken into consideration if you're getting Social Security or retirement from other things like pension plans. So there are other ways to supplement this. A lot of people see numbers like this and get discouraged, but don't. It can be overwhelming, but there's one rule of thumb that is really simple, the 4% rule. This was introduced in 1994 by Bill Bengen. The rule says that retirees can withdraw 4% of their investment annually without significantly depleting their total principal for up to 30 years or more. This works because over the last 30 years, the stock market has grown a little over 10% a year on average. That's great, but that doesn't mean that you are guaranteed 10% every single year. 5 times over the last 30 years, the stock market returned less than 4%. So if you take out 4% every year, you don't deplete your investment enough for it to shrink significantly. This only gives you a little cushion to protect your investment against the evaporation of inflation. It has been a long time since Bill proposed the 4% rule back in 1994. Does it even still hold up? The short answer is yes. The long answer is it's complicated. But of course it is. Some of the things that can impact whether the 4% rule would work for you will include how your portfolio is impacted by taxes, whether your withdrawals are consistent or sporadic, whether the cost of healthcare in your old age will grow faster than inflation, and if the markets will perform in the future the way they have in the past. Now, for that reason, some experts say that you should reduce your withdrawals to 3.5% or even 3%. Shifting that percentage can significantly increase the resiliency of your plan, but it means putting aside even more money. But savings isn't the only way to make things work. If you develop a flexible lifestyle in retirement, meaning don't buy fancy things, spend less, you can tighten your finances some years and splurge in others. The point is that 4% is a starting point. It's not a promise, but it can give you a goal to work towards. All right, $50,000 a year for the rest of your life sounds great, but is it really enough to retire on? Obviously, you won't be on vacation on the Italian Riviera, but if your goal is to simply live comfortably without the constant pressure of working, there are ways to retire on $50,000 a year. The 4% rule gives you a rough target, but your real number depends on you. You need to be honest with yourself about how much money you think you'd need in retirement. Take that number, divide it by 4% or 3%. That's your retirement investment range. Now, pick your number and set your goal. If you know what you're working for, it's much easier to see your progress. It will also help you to stay motivated. You will know that you are working towards a specific point that will give you the freedom that you want in retirement. So if you guys found this interesting, you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, tap the bell for smarter financial content, drop a comment. What age do you want to retire? And where do you want to live on $50,000 a year?